Okay, welcome to Graphic Arts Room. Depending on who you are, you could be in any kind of class, but what I want to show you in this video is just how to open the Illustrator program and how to just open a document and get started. So this is your doc, and it may hide on you and pop up, or it may be open, but click on Illustrator just once. It's going to bounce up and down just once. Let it load, because if you keep double clicking on it, it might confuse the system and make it freeze. And you get this window. Now, yes, you could click on some recent things once you have them, but most likely it's going to be blank. So you're going to hit Create New. So do that. And what has happened is that I have a split screen. So what you're going to see when you hit Create New is this. In general, click on the print section, okay? Take note, before you do anything, change this from points to inches. So again, you don't want anything, any measurement except for inches. 8.5 by 11 is a regular piece of printer paper. And that's kind of a good standard size to use. Here, you want to put a title in. Now, since we do daily drawings a lot, I'm going to put in the daily drawing for this month, DDN for November. And let's just say it's 1, because this is going to be the first one you do. But hey, I might tell you to do a very specific number. So it could be 5 or 6 or 10. But just follow along with each day. Daily drawing N1, and a lot of times, well, let me call this introduction, okay? Hit create. You have your first artboard, your first document, okay? At this point though, you want to go to File, Save As, and you're going to want to save it in your OneDrive. Now, I'll have another video about how to sync your Microsoft OneDrive to your computer. You do not want to generally save your documents on the desktop or in Documents, which is the computer. You want to save it on OneDrive. So you're going to go into OneDrive. If you haven't done it already, you're going to create a folder called Exploring Graphics or Graphics 1. I'll just call this Graphics because it's just a general, okay? And hit Create. Notice it created it, all right? And then in here, you want to create a new folder called November. You can put GA for Graphic Arts or Graphics, you know, but you want to have a folder for each month, all right? Now, you've created the folder, but we haven't saved it yet. So here it is. Also notice Illustrator files have an AI at the end, okay? AI, Adobe Illustrator, that's what that stands for. Hit save, go over here, hit OK, and you're ready to go. Now, there are a few tools that you're going to use a lot. Selection tool, the different shape tools, they're all in here. If you click and hold, anything with a little triangle there will have other things. And you have paintbrush, you'll get into the curvature pen tools and pen tools eventually. Right now, today, I'd like you just to create with shapes. So in this case, let's do a rounded rectangle, and you're just going to click and drag. And notice, oh, I have a box over here, excuse me. All right, so this might come up, shouldn't. If you want to pick this, get the selection tool. Notice whenever you hover over anything, it tells you what it is. Click on it, and check this out. This is your stroke, which is the outline, and this is your fill back here. Whichever one of these is clicked is going to be the one that gets assigned a color. So this is white right now, can't tell. We're going to fill it with green, okay? Now, this is handy. You can swap your fill and your stroke. You can also hit Shift X, but let's just click this, and voila. Now, it's hard to see right now, but there is a little green around that. Okay, so one of the things to know too is if you're missing things over here, and I am at the moment, you can go up here and go Essentials Classic, and you go Reset, and voila. Okay, get your Properties panel back. You can also do the same up here. Go to Window, Workspace, has a fly-out menu. You're on Essentials Classic. You can hit that again. Sometimes the tools disappear, so that's how you get them back. All right. Now, in this case, Properties, since we've selected this, it gives us the properties for that. I don't like, well, I'm going to change this to something else. And I'm going to change this to a brighter color. And you really should practice doing this and getting familiar with this, okay? Actually, I'm going to pick green. And just so you know, the stroke, see that? See it growing? Okay, but maybe you're like, hey, this isn't what I want, all right? Then you just click on here. If you don't want a stroke at all, this is the no fill or no stroke, goes away, okay? Get familiar with that. You can do it on both of these. I'm gonna go swap. Okay, another little something. In the rectangular shapes, you have this little dot, changes your corners and rounds them out, all right? So definitely pretty cool. You want to practice these things and rounded rectangle. And the goal here is to make a cactus. So I'm going to also stretch it out. Okay. Ooh, I'm going to do this really quickly. Okay. Hey, something to know. If you make a mistake, go to Undo Scale. See that? Also take note. Command Z is undo. So again, I'm gonna stretch this out. But hey, that mistake, fix it right there. Now, you can just go to the center. See that black arrow? Now we know that it's gonna change or move, excuse me. And again, okay. Of course, you could pick the direct selection, click on a path, and then move things around. I actually want to lower this a little bit. And not only can you do that, but if you come up here, you can rotate it. So let's make this a little more round. And let's rotate it a little more. And here's where now we're starting to have fun. Cancel. V is the shortcut for direct selection. Okay. Now you can resize it, or they call it scaling. Okay. And now that I've done that, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So I've selected this. You can also copy and paste. Okay. So I'm going to rotate this a little different because I want it to feel like a cactus, right? And I can do that again. I can go copy, paste, and actually you can just do paste at this point. Rotate it a little bit. Maybe we can just do one for this. Let's see. All right, so it's not super great, but yet I still need to work on it. But then you can see from here that you could actually start to give it some variety. you can play with clicking on this, saying, oh, well, I'm going to go with a lighter green or maybe different green, and I'm going to move it. And you can start to, add different colors, different values, and just build it up. Now, it is a cacti, so, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna make that go away. I'll do this. I'm gonna hit V, which is the selection tool, and I'm gonna hit that. That's so weird. Okay, not what I was expecting to do, but this is how we're gonna learn, okay? And I'm gonna make this different size, gonna make it a little skinnier. Oh, gotta wait for it. I'm kind of rushing. And here, that's more like it. I wanted to show contrast. And guys, you could also just say, okay, well, maybe I'm just gonna make some, let's change the color to, oh, sorry guys, I have this here, and this will comes up. I'm gonna go really light, and all I'm gonna do now, it's kind of hard to see, but I can zoom in. Also, H will allow you to move the whole artboard. Okay, and that's interesting. Okay, so when you move this, now you can see that it's kind of like a pricker. All right. Of course, you can do lots of different things. Go ahead and experiment with just making a cacti. Okay, wait. This is now a good time for the brush tool. But you could just add this texture with the brush tool. But I want you to use the shapes first, okay? Get comfortable with that, and learn how to change the colors as you go. By the way, Command 0 centers everything. So a lot to know, but just play with the shapes and colors this round, and just see what you can make. It's really fun. All right, thanks.